I'm just hanging out for a second. Take a look at the Watergate sign, which is kind of where we're starting off today. I'm just reading some more activity logs. I have a pretty good sense of where I think this cache is based off all the work we did to find it yesterday, but we'll see. We'll see. So yeah, feel free to read this about Watergate, because this cache is themed around the Watergate scandal. Demas, how's it going? I'm just taking another minute or two to review some activity logs. Alright, I think we can get going. So, y'all, I put in the Discord the description for the cache that we're looking for today. I kept reading it on stream, but it's pretty obtuse and a little convoluted. It's like solving a riddle. Very, very bad directions. So you can all check out the Discord and see the description that I put in there for today's cache. Whoop. Wonder if this guy's alright. Overexcited. Alright, so in the description it says we're starting at this sign. This is a sign marking the Watergate investigation because this is the garage where the Watergate meetings took place. Alright, so let's get rolling. A lot of the clues we were able to figure out yesterday, but we were close, but we just like couldn't get there. And it was at the end of the stream that I found what I thought was the fountain, but I'm still not sure about that. So the thing that I think really tripped us up was the 6 trees and the Parthenon. But I read in the activity logs that once you're there, it all kind of comes together and makes sense. So we're gonna figure this one out. We're not letting it go. So, from the sign where we were just at with the Watergate investigation header, it says walk north. Right now we're walking north. Under the bridge of the Fiery Red Cross. So this is the bridge, and when we walk around it, we'll see the Fiery Red Cross. There it is. So then it says stay left of the island. So because I have an idea in mind of where we're going, we can either go around this tower, which is what we scouted out yesterday, and we know there's a fountain up there, or there's an island down there. So let's stay to the left and walk up past that fountain that we found at the end of yesterday's stream. Y'all, this is going to be so rewarding if we actually find it today. It'll have all paid off. It was nearly 3 hours when I went back and watched the VOD from yesterday. It was nearly 3 hours we spent looking for that one cache. Ugh. Alright. So we looked over here yesterday. We thought maybe this suspended hotel could be like a Parthenon. Could be. Could be. As I was looking at it more, there are a lot of buildings here that are kind of suspended on columns. This is the fountain, or would be the fountain. Looked over by that bench yesterday. So yeah, after I finished yesterday's stream, all of my gear was completely drenched. I went back to my place and just like laid it all out to dry, and then invested in a latte, which I feel like it was rewarding for a job well done yesterday, or well, I guess just a job done. Okay. So, it says to keep walking until we see the Parthenon floating above 6 trees. So, I don't know how explicit the 6 trees are going to be. But I do know that in the past activity logs, when I read them yesterday, they talked about coming to a beautiful park. And this right here is where I ended my stream yesterday. Good morning, Rusty Pigman. How's it going? We're still working on this cache from yesterday. Yeah. Demas, I think you're right. I feel like I was just like sort of feeling every metal pole and metal bench yesterday in this neighborhood. So everyone's out with the horns this morning. They have places to be, I guess. So I'm still looking for the Parthenon floating above 6 trees. I don't know how explicit it will be, but then I do know that the clue then says, and I put the clue in the Discord, to sit yourself across from some violets. Now, there are violets over here. Parthenon floating above 6 trees. Yes, that is right. So, oh my gosh. Do you guys see that? Oh my gosh. You guys, look at that. A Parthenon above 6 trees. It's a sign. It's not a building. Oh my gosh. What? Okay. So. Oh my gosh. Okay. I need to pull up the clue from the Discord. It says, Parthenon floating above 6 trees. There you will sit across from the violets. Okay. There are violets over here. Wait a minute. There are violets over here, like real violets. Yeah, thanks for the hype. Hey, Hyperlink, how's it going? Okay, I can't believe, you guys, I ended the stream right here yesterday. I can't believe, oh my gosh, I had blinders on. Okay, so it says to stop here, look for the violets. There are violets over there, but I just had a thought. Look at all of these painted flowers. Do you guys think that it could be like painted flowers? Sit across from, y'all, what if violets is not meant to be the flower, like the actual flower in the ground, but like violet as in the color of the flower that's painted? Am I reading into this too much? Benches behind the sign too, painted violets. Yeah, okay, I'm glad we're all sort of getting to the same conclusion. All right. So we have a lot of benches to choose from. Wait a minute. Okay. There are violets right here. And over there. So could this be our bench? Possibly? Alright. Let's give it a try. We have a couple benches to choose from. Alright, I'm sitting right across from the violets, and it says reach down, right? It's like to your right, under the metal bin. I don't know if it could be under the metal bin. Maybe it could be. I'm gonna try reaching under this bench because it's wood, but it's held together with metal bars. I don't know the best way to... Under to the right. Yes. Okay. I'm reaching under to the right. I'll show you guys. Okay. I don't feel anything. Oh my gosh. You guys. Oh my gosh, we found it. This is so rewarding. Awesome. I can't, okay. You guys. I don't know what to say, I'm so excited. Yeah, that's right. Thanks for the hype in the chat. Okay. We spent 3 hours looking for this yesterday. I can't believe I'll show you. I ended the stream right there yesterday at that crosswalk. So the Parthenon above the 6 trees was on a sign, and the violets they were referring to were painted violets right here. Yeah! Awesome is right. Okay, so it's a little micro. Supposedly somewhere around there's supposed to be a stamp for this log. Gunter, how's it going? Okay. Well, let's sign it. You guys, this is... I wonder if there's anything more under there, because this is supposed to be a letterbox hybrid, so somewhere there should be like a stamp to accompany this, where letterboxers can stamp their logbook and then put their stamp in the logbook, but obviously this is a very tiny log, so I'm not going to overthink it though. This is a victory well fought, well earned. Not many people found it by the list of names. Yeah, I think this is probably a replacement log. This has been out here for 5 years, so I think there aren't many. I think it's only been found maybe 50 times in the 5 years that it's been placed, but I think this is a replacement log. Okay. Wow, it's December 2nd already. Ooh, where did time go? This would be a horrible time for my pen to stop working. You guys. Okay. Looks like my pen might be... Oh, nope, there we go. Got it going. Okay. Could you imagine if we made it all this way and my pen didn't work? Okay. There it is. Is this the first one you're looking for? If so, good start to the day. Yeah, so this is the first one I was looking for. Sorry. This is the one I was looking for 3 hours yesterday on stream and ended the stream without finding it. This is the first find of the day, though. Yesterday, my plan was to do this quick and simple letterbox cache and then show you guys the hardest cache that I've ever found. It's laughable now compared to the time and effort that we put into this cache, that I thought that other cache I was going to show you was even remotely difficult. I'll take you to it anyway. There are some others I want to hit up today, but I can't believe it. It's exciting. Whoa. Demas, thanks so much. Gunter, thanks for the bits. I greatly appreciate it. Sorry, I had my brightness way down so I couldn't see, but awesome. You guys rock. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is just folding up the log super, super tight so it will fit back in this micro cache. So this is my first ever letterbox cache that I found. I really thought there was supposed to be a stamp because this is the first letterbox hybrid I found. I did find a letterbox when Ken and I were out hiking in Massachusetts last weekend, but it wasn't a hybrid, so there was no crossover, couldn't get points for it. Yeah, so I thought there was supposed to be a stamp just based on the last letterbox I found, but maybe not. I'm not going to overthink it. Today's latte is on me. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, you guys. Yes, a celebratory latte. Okay, so this is the micro. It's a little camo. I really like the pattern on it. It's pretty cool. And is the container a stamp? No. How awesome would that be? It is completely flat and cylindrical and smooth. I wonder, is there like any other container around that could contain a stamp? I'll pull out the activity log just to see. Yeah, so I'm a little confused. Bloody Valley, I am in Virginia right now. It says the letterbox hybrid contains a log and a stamp. The stamp is of the Watergate Hotel. This is the log. So perhaps could the stamp be elsewhere? It could have been muggled. Maybe it was taken. There are no other caches where I am right now, so we know that this is it. Also, because the last person who signed this log signed it on November 25th, and the electronic log shows that it was last found on November 25th. So we know that this is it. But, you know, I'm going to leave the stamp business to the professional letterboxers out there. All right. But I can't help but be curious, like, where's the stamp? I don't know why I'm looking around like it's just going to pop out at me magically. Are you in a city or in the wild? That's a great question. I am in a city. Behind me is the Watergate Hotel. Yeah, a couple skyscrapers in this area. Yeah, but I'm kind of in a nice little man-made pack. Trying to flip this around. There we go. Yeah, they're the violets. Yeah, so that's a great question. Wasn't there a robbery at the Watergate Hotel? I'm just replacing this log. And a muggle just scooted right by me. Okay. Yeah, so that's actually like the theme of this cache that we just found. After looking all yesterday and this morning, there was a robbery there in the 70s, and it was a big scandal because it had been organized by the campaign committee for President Nixon, which led to his eventual resignation. And that's the theme of today's cache, is we're supposed to wind up at this park where supposedly information was transferred to the journalists who brought President Nixon down. Yeah, that's where Watergate occurred. That's how it got the name for the scandal. Okay, so thanks you all for your support. I super duper appreciate it. And for coming back for day 2 of this ridiculous cache. Okay, so let's move on to another one that I have not found before. It's not too far from here, which would be pretty good for us. So we thought that Watergate Hotel was in Panama. Nope, it's here. It is in Washington, D.C. Okay. Moving right along, we're going to walk back up the way we came. There's some people watching from the hotel balcony. I'm sure they're very curious to know what we're doing. Was that a 3.5? Yes, it was. It was a difficulty 3.5 and a terrain of 1.5, which confuses me because, so you can see the full park from here. The terrain was 1.5, which usually means it's not wheelchair accessible. This park is wheelchair accessible, including that bench. So I don't know what they were thinking with the terrain rating. That kind of threw us off yesterday. For the time I put into it, it definitely felt like a 3.5. Goodness gracious. But I guess, it kind of makes sense. I showed up at the Watergate sign yesterday expecting it to just be there with the coordinates, and it took me a little too long to realize that the cache description was an elaborate riddle to get to the actual cache. More like a 33.5, yeah. I think yesterday it felt a lot harder because of the weather conditions. I mean, it wasn't until a couple of you guys said so in chat that I realized, oh, yeah, I'm completely drenched. I was too focused on the clues and where we were to realize that I couldn't feel my fingers. Kapka? Where? I missed it. Remember, like we discussed yesterday, all of you are my witnesses. Yeah, we're not doing anything illegal out here. Where to next? We are going to, let's pull up these details. All right, we're going to a difficulty 1, thank goodness, terrain 1.5 micro. It's actually the site of where, it's pretty cool history, I'll read it to you guys. It's the site of ARPANET, where the first precursor to today's internet was developed and built. That's here in Virginia. So we're going to the location for ARPANET. This is where there is a warning in one of the past activity logs that this cache might be heavily guarded by actual guards. So I think we're going to a government building. So we're going to be stealthy. We're going to be cool about it. But this is one that was missing for a long time, and they just finally did some cache maintenance on it. And now it's being found again. So I have high hopes. Hopefully it didn't get muggled again. No, I'm not next to the Watergate right now. The Watergate was behind me and across a river. It was off in the far distance. Yeah. ARPANET, very cool. And it's cool when they give a history of things in the description, especially because a lot of these are historic caches with a neat history. All right, we're gonna head up this street. I hope that there's no elaborate ruse to get to the next cache. Guys, LOL. Remember when we thought that was the Parthenon yesterday? Government building open on a Sunday. Well, all of geocaching is supposed to be outdoors, so hopefully the cache is actually outdoors. It wouldn't be inside a government building. But I'm sure that they have security guards just there sort of monitoring on the weekend. Yeah, the activity log had said that there was a guard standing nearby, kind of giving this person the hairy eyeball. If any of this looks familiar, this is all where we traversed yesterday. So we're actually very close to the next cache. Now it just all feels so funny to me, looking at all of these flowers, thinking like, where can I sit across from these actual flowers painted in the ground or planted in the ground? Sinfire 2015 used to geocache about 15 years ago. Have not been on a cache hunt in 10 years. Well, then we're glad to have you with us today. I started geocaching 11 years ago. Sort of forgot about it for a couple years in there, and got back into it this year, so I'm really enjoying it. Oh, also, that was the 130th cache that we just found, so we're looking for 131 right now. Yeah, it's pretty cool, Bloody Valley. I think it's neat. If you have any questions, I'm glad to answer questions about it too. Okay, so that's the building right there. That's the building I was referring to about where ARPANET was founded, the precursor to the internet. So I think we're going to be coming up on it shortly. But I'll get over there before I look into it more. Yeah, in the last cache it was a micro, so it was only big enough for a log. So a piece of paper where I could sign my username and the date that I found the cache. Alright, keep your eyes peeled for guards. So the hint for this cache is you are here. There should be, yeah, okay. So just like there was for the Watergate investigation, there's a sign historically detailing the history of ARPANET. So let's read about it. ARPANET, project of the Advanced Research Projects Agency of the Department of Defense, developed technology that became the foundation for the internet site from 1970 to 1975. Originally intended to support military needs, ARPANET technology was soon applied to civilian uses, allowing information to be rapidly and widely available. Internet services such as email, e-commerce, and the World Wide Web continues to grow as the underlying technologies evolve. The innovations inspired by the ARPANET have provided great benefits for society. Cool. Yeah, I think it is really cool. There are a couple muggles around, so I'm just gonna hang out for a second. But this almost looks like a bolt cache right here. Doesn't it? Could it be? No, there's nothing inside of it. It's just a bolt. Could you imagine? Great benefits is an understatement. Yeah. Without the internet, I wouldn't be here streaming with you guys. So, there's a map over there, and considering that the hint is you are here, I think the cache is supposed to be located on or near the map. So, let's go look at it. It's a micro. It kind of looks like there's something on the top there that shouldn't be there. Do you guys see that? Is this? No, that's supposed to be there. That is pretty well screwed in. Okay, so you are here. Let's see if there are any micros attached to the base of the sign. Yeah, that is the cache name, Demas. It is all the binary, actually. All the cat videos we wouldn't be able to watch without the internet. I know. I'm just gonna hang out, wait for this Mongol to pass. Okay. Let's just take a peek. Nothing underneath here. You know what strikes me as odd? So, you know that little screw over here that I found? Like, it comes out. It's the only one that's actually screwed into the base here, and it comes out, and this looks like the end of a bolt cache, which would be a micro. I don't know, I don't want to read into it too much, but then on the top of that sign, there's clearly the top of a bolt that doesn't belong. Where's the guard? I don't see a guard. Maybe we did a good thing coming on a Sunday. Is it possible that, I don't know, I don't want to overthink it, but is it possible that the bolt was separated? Again, I'll give it a good tug, but no, that's like firmly on there. Okay. This may have gotten muggled again. I